So here is the fastest way that I have learned to do a laminate over a really bad ceiling. So the firefighters had chopped a hole through here to make sure that the fire was out. So what I'm doing is taking these 3/4 inch strips. I had some old 1x6s, and so I ripped those at about 2 3/4, and then I'm running those strips every 16 inches, and then fastening them up to each rafter as I go through there. And then I can, if the piece isn't long enough, I can split it on the rafter. And so basically I'm just making new rafters to attach sheetrock to that go the opposite direction. Now, sometimes if the ceiling's real bad and I want to try to flatten it out, I'll use actual 5/4 deck board, and then I'll rip that in half, and then I'll put those up there because they're a little bit, they float over the dips and humps a little bit better. But since I had this, I figured I'd go ahead and use it up, and I don't need to make this ceiling 100% flat anyway. But then you can take wherever it got a slope going up or whatever, and you can put some shims in under there and then set your level up on there to make sure everything's good. But if I leveled this ceiling up, it would make the whole rest of the room look atrocious. It would make all the doors look crooked, and so I'm just gonna flow with what was there originally. And then once we get all these cross members going in here, then I can go ahead and tuck the insulation up on top of there, and it won't fall out because you've already got the strips going across there. And then that'll get the insulation handled. Put it all back together, put a sheetrock lid on it, and it'll be like brand new. All right, here we are with the rest of the furring on the ceiling. I ended up with a big 3/4 inch dip over there, so I went ahead and took that dip out. But it's enough I can get some sheetrock up there and then go from there. And because everything's, the doorway sloped here, so the ceiling kind of needs to match there. That doorway has got to match kind of that ceiling. That window is going to kind of have to match that ceiling, and that's going to kind of have to match that ceiling, or it's all going to look funny. So if all I did was just flatten the ceiling out in here, all those doorways would really be pronounced. So I'm trying to cheat a little bit and kind of float it in by the eyeball. But this house was built in the early 1900s, so we got to expect that we're going to have a little bit of that.